What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Misguided Goddess Podcast. This is the Misguided Goddess Sion. Sisters, how y'all feel? Brothers, y'all alright? Well, I hope, as always, that you all are blessed and abundant, doing wonderful. I am. What can I say? Since the last time we talked, life has been happening. The wheels have been spinning. Work has been getting done, and every day is going by. But every day that go by, I have experienced joy. So I'm happy about that. I like that for me. But anyway, how y'all been doing? I really hope that y'all been doing okay. Thank you guys so much for all the love that I've been getting on my podcast Instagram, all the shares that I've been getting on my tweets of my podcast. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate y'all for being here. Um, this week, I have a topic that I've been wanting to cover, and it's like mm, I'm planning on making it like a bit of a series. I want to talk about being single and what being single is, how to be successfully single is something I'm also going to mention. And I want to tell y'all about this book that I read. It's called oh wait, you know what? Before I get into that, cuz that's like my main topic. And we still got to catch up. Let me spill tea. Okay, so last episode we was talking and I was telling y'all about this not podcast, Lord Jesus. This pop-up shop that I was doing, right? Did a pop-up shop with 504 Exotics. Shout out to 504 Exotics. Shout out to 504 Icy Girl. Shout out to Poppy. they are they doing it they doing the damn thing. They doing a couple things. You know what I mean? At this point they having an event every month and I really fuck with that and I really fuck with them for that. You feel me? Like they got it going on. Definitely follow them on their socials and everything like that. I want to say, well, follow 504 Icy Girl of like most definitely. When I tell y'all she is so cute, she rap, she is a business owner, and she get into her bag, and I love it and I respect it. Um, so the pop up shop, it was successful for me. It was a fun experience. Um it turned out kind of to be a bit of a high school reunion for me, and I just thought that was so funny because literally just a few weeks ago I was talking about on Twitter how I went to a very small high school, and everybody in my high school, not I ain't gonna say everybody, majority of people, but like if we're talking about 100% of the students, I'm talking about 75% of the students that went to my high school when I was there. We are like business owners, entrepreneur, like everybody got a little something going on. Like if they're not an entrepreneur, then they're like, being successful, living their life and doing what they are doing. And I like that for us. And it was just like I get there and it's the other vendors there or people that I went to high school with. And I just love that for us. And I just like, I went to school with some really talented people. I'm talking artists, I'm talking photographers, I'm talking videographers, I'm talking like, listen, I didn't went to school with some people, okay? I didn't mess with people. And I remember when I like first went to school, I didn't want to go there because I didn't know nobody. I didn't want to go there. But I wouldn't trade that experience for the world because it definitely molded me into the person that I am today. And people who I went to school with who knew me then and they know me now, it's like I'm like I always say on here, I'm still the same person I always was. And what I mean by that is deep down inside, I'm still the same person I always was. My values are the same. My morals pretty much are the same. Um, I mean, yes, of course, I changed and I grew, but deep down inside, like my foundation, I'm still the same person. And that experience really, really, really helped molded that and helped molded a lot of my principles as well. But yeah, it was I thought that was so bomb. Like I thought that was bomb as fuck. Like, okay, we is coming through, we is making our dreams come true, we is getting our bags. But anyway, thank you to everybody who did come out to the pop-up shop. I cannot wait to do more. Like, I love pop-up shops now. I love getting to meet people in the city, get to talk to people, and of course I love talking about my products because, like, I don't know, like I had this. I mean, one thing I realized I'm gonna have to do is like make like a little sample of my shea butter because like this woman was like, oh, I could try this on because I let people smell it. Like, you can smell it, but no, you can't put it on, it's COVID. Like, the fuck. But I always tell people, oh, I can't let you touch that, but like you could touch my arm. Like, you want to touch my arm, see how soft it is? I love the fact that my shea butter does that. Like, my skin feels incredible, and a lot of that has to do with my shea butter. So if you have not bought shea butter from Gifts from a Goddess yet, click the link in any of my bios. It's in my link tree. Shop Gifts from a Goddess. But it's a little too early in the episode for me to be trying to sell y'all something, but I had to just go on and see it right there. Anyway, let's move right along. So anyway, I'm gonna tell y'all about this book that I read. I have there is this He's a pastor. Unfortunately, him and his wife, they passed away, and I think I've talked about them on the podcast last year when I was doing a little bit of my like inside work because that's when I first discovered this pastor. And I just, oh my gosh, his message, his ministry, yes, Lord, God bless them. His name is Dr. Miles Monroe. He is from the Himalayas. He a player from the Himalaya. But anyway, he's from the Himalayas. Him and his wife, they were married for 28 years. And one of the videos that I was watching from, like, his lectures, I watch a lot of his lectures on YouTube and stuff. And I remember one that really particularly stood out to me. And that was one where he was saying, well, one story. And he was saying how him and his wife had been together for 28 years. They never had a fight. He was like, and I'm not saying that to brag. He was like we never had a fight. We get along that well. Like, we don't fight. He was like, yeah, we disagree, but we don't fight. Like, we're not arguing at each other. We're not yelling. We're not screaming. We disagree, and then we talk about it, and then we move on. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I didn't know that that was possible in relationships. And then that's when I realized in that moment that I had never seen with my own two eyes a actual healthy relationship. Crazy, right? But that's really not the conversation that I want to have today. That's a conversation that we're going to have once I'm done with this series. Because I feel like at not only this point in my own life, but with conversations that I've had with some people that I know, a lot of people in this world don't understand what it means to be single. A lot of people have a certain type of idea of what it means to be single. So I want to talk about that today. Um, let's first start by doing this. I'm going to ask, are you single? Like, are you a single person? Like one single person, or are you a single person? Because there's a difference, okay? And today I want to talk about the importance of being single. And before I start this, and because of me, well, I listened to the book. I'm going to stop saying I read the book. I listened to the book. Because y'all know I listen to books on Audible. I like stories. So I'm the type of person that I can listen to audiobooks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always enjoyed story time. I came up watching Reading Rainbow and Lamb Chop. So yeah, I love Audible. I love Audible. So I listened to this book by Dr. Miles Monroe. And he said in the beginning of the book, he was like, now listen, I'm going to talk about the importance of being single. And that's what I'm going to do here today. And this is the reason why I'm quoting him on this, because I want y'all to understand this before we move forward in this episode. If you are in a relationship already, if you're in a marriage already, it's still important for you to be single. Okay? And we'll get into that. Please just continue to listen. And when I say it's important for you to continue on being single, I do not mean to be out here in these streets living like you're a single person. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, it's important for you to be a single person. Okay? And that might still be confusing some of y'all. It might be getting away from you, but we're going to get into that. And you'll understand why I'm saying this the way that I'm saying this. Okay? So first, let me say the name of the book. The name of the book is Single, Married, Separated, and Life After Divorce. What made me watch this book was when I was doing like my lecture watching. I'm going to say I watched maybe 2 or 3 videos about Dr. Miles Monroe talking about being single. And he mentioned the book in like 2 of them. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and listen to that. Listened to it, loved it, enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed the perspective that he put on each one of those topics. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm 30. I don't know how old y'all are, but I'm 30 years old. You know what I mean? 30, flirty, thriving, period. Anywho, so I know someone who falls into every one of these categories: single, married, separated, and people who are living their life after a divorce. And for each one of these topics, the common denominator that's going to be of the utmost importance if you want these things to be successful is for you to be single. Okay? So let's talk about what I mean. Okay, so let's start off with, I'm going to give y'all the definition of single as defined by Webster's Dictionary. Okay, single as a noun, a separate individual, person, or thing. B, because it's A and B for all of the definitions that I have. So let me just get through it. I want y'all to think I don't know how to read. So A is a separate individual, person, or thing. B, an unmarried person, and usually one young and socially active. As an adjective, single means not married, of or relating to celibacy, or being unaccompanied by others. So, okay, there is a difference. Now that y'all hear the definition, there's a difference between being single and being asingle. Okay? Because being single is a marital status, it's a status. Okay? Let's just, marital, social, it's a status. Okay? When you're filling out any kind of applications, they're going to ask you what's your marital status. If you're not married, you're single. Okay? So, that's I mean, on paper, I'm not talking about dating and boyfriend, girlfriend. No, like, respect your relationships. But anyway, what it means to be single in that sense is different from what it means to be a single person, like one single person. And I want to talk about the importance of not associating being a single person with being a single person. Because a single person is somebody who is probably actively dating. You see what I mean? Because I did say socially active. So that means actively dating. Not in a relationship, not married. Okay? That's what it means to be single. But to be a single person, it means to be one individual person. Okay? Everybody here came into this world as one. Even if you were born a twin, you came into this world as a one individual person, unless y'all was Siamese. And even then, I think like those, I have not heard anything about Siamese twins since at least sixth grade. But from what I did know, because I used to be into like science stuff as to like how it shapes and like how it shapes us as people, like more so like our body, like how we get to grow scientifically. And so like being, I don't know if y'all ever looked it up. If y'all never looked up like Siamese twins, it's very interesting. So just, kind of random YouTube night, look into it. But those, they still be two separate people, even though they're joined by the hip, joined by the head, joined by the arm, whatever. They still, you know, a single person, one person each. When you come into this world, you are a single person. God created you to be one single individual person. God created us to be one single, uniquely individual person. And the purpose in me wanting to talk about this aspect of it first is because this is the aspect of it that I feel is more important. And again, that I feel is more important. Y'all can listen to it, take this in, meditate on it, think about it, figure out where you stand with it. But this is my opinion on it. God created us all to be single, uniquely individual people. God didn't create no two people alike, even twins. Even twins, okay? Yeah, we may have similarities, you know what I mean? And zodiac and all of that, definitely astrology plays a part in certain situations, certain aspects, but we are, each one of us, a single, uniquely created individual. Okay? All of us, that's what we are. All right? So once we get that part, get a firm foundation in that, like put that in your firm foundation so you can better understand it, okay? So I think that when people, they have this thing that people who, when you tell them like, oh, I'm single, and you mean that as your marital status, people like shame you and they look at you crazy. Like for instance, okay, like I say, I'm 30 and I'm single. I'm single by choice. I decided to be single when I turned 28. Like to stay single for at least 2 years when I was 28. Like that was my decision. I wasn't trying to get in a relationship. I wasn't trying to do nothing with nobody. I was trying to focus on myself. I wanted to be very selfish with my energy, and that's what I did. And it worked for me. And it's continuously working for me because I'm still learning myself and growing myself into not only a better person, but into the person of my dreams. It's very important for me to become the woman of my dreams. Okay? So, anyway, back to what I was saying. My thing is, though, when you do say that you're single, I don't understand why people like look at you like you're crazy, kind of judge you a little bit. Like, oh, how old are you? I'm 30. Why you still single? You don't want to have children? You don't want to get married? You don't want to do... None of that has to, like, it, just because the person turns 30 and they're single doesn't mean that marriage and children are off the table. Okay? Like, I don't understand where that idea came from. And I don't know how many black women y'all know, but they have a lot of black women who was giving birth well up into their 40s. Do your research. Like, yeah, it's probably a lot more complicated than what it would be if you were, say, in your 20s. But when I was in my 20s, I wanted to enjoy being 20. Like, I wanted to enjoy being able to have all kind of different experiences without having a responsibility. So that was my choice, my single, uniquely individual choice for my life. Um, and there's some people who met the love of their life at 21, got married at 23, started having kids at 25, and as long as they're still being themselves and being happy with themselves and being present within themselves, within their marriage, they're going to always have a thriving marriage, thriving, lasting marriage. Because if you stay a single person in your relationships, like single minded, and not, you can't be 100% single minded. So don't think that I'm saying it. Don't think that I'm saying it's okay for you to just do whatever you want to do once you decide to be in a union with the person, because that's not fair. No, you have to take that person into consideration at all times. Being married to a person is you always thinking, oh, wait, I got to keep them in mind. You always have to keep that person in mind. You have to keep that person's thoughts, feelings, emotions, their reactions, what they're going to say, what they're going to feel. You're going to have to always keep that in mind because you decided to be in a union with the person, okay? But what I'm saying is, when you are a single person in your relationship, you are continuously growing and working on yourself. And not only on yourself, like, if you continuously growing and working on yourself and you're in a relationship with somebody and they love you and they're open to experiencing new things with you, then they're also going to grow and learn with you. That's like your, I'm not going to give y'all sound advice because I've never been married ever. But from the book and the research that I've done, because trust me, I've been doing research on this topic for, I'm gonna say, a year now. But they all say that's the way to a lasting marriage. Is to always keep it fresh, new, and exciting. And y'all hear it on TV all the time. Like you do. Don't act like you don't. Because I heard it on TV before. Keep it fresh, keep it new, keep it exciting. And the way that you do that is by continuously growing as a single person. Okay? That's you continuing to follow your aspirations, continuing to learn more about different things, learn more about what you're passionate about, like discovering new passions. Like, have y'all ever discovered something that you was passionate about and then shared it with your partner and they just lit up looking at you talk about this, and then when you showed them how to do it, they was all excited and happy? I mean, with a partner, yes. With a husband, no, because again, never been married before, and that's cool. That's cool. Still trying to, the point in me, and I'll say this, the point in me even starting to do this work that I was doing was because I had a conversation with a group of friends and I was trying to figure out if I even wanted to go that route. Like, I didn't know if I wanted to get married because I didn't know what that meant for a very long time. I didn't know what that actually meant. Other than you have a wedding, you have a wedding reception, and then you're with this person for the rest of your life. I didn't know what made a marriage. You feel me? So it's like I still have to even figure that part out, because the only thing that I feel like I've conquered is being a single person. And I'm finally to a point in my singleness that I'm happy to be here. And it's lit. It's cool. It's cool. It could definitely be better, because the men could be better, of better quality, shall I say. Because, child, oof, Jesus, talk about somebody being stuck anyways. Like, I've met so many men who it just didn't work out because they were so stuck in their ways. And let me explain, I brought that up for a reason. Let me explain this. It's okay to know oneself. It's actually one of the best things to know oneself. But to know oneself and to be stuck in your ways is two different things. And what makes those two different things, what makes them two different things is an open mind. Okay? Because it's okay for you to learn who you are and be okay in that. Stand solid in that foundation of who you are. But people who learn who they are and accept themselves for who they are tend to lead with an open mind and an open heart. People who are stuck in their ways don't have an open mind or an open heart because they're too stuck with, oh, I'm like this and this is the only way I can be. Fine, baby, put yourself in that box. That's on you. But can you move over there? Okay? Is how I'm coming with it. Okay? So I wrote down in my notes to make sure that I say this on here. Why does everybody have an issue with single people? Like, it's like you can't win for losing. Like, you are a single person and you're dating. First thing they gonna ask you, from my own experience, the first thing that men will ask, why are you single? What's wrong with you? Let me just answer that right here, right now. Nothing is wrong with me. It's like, why when you tell somebody you're single, they make it seem like you're like an outcast. Like, what's wrong with you? Why nobody don't want to be with you? I don't think that is necessarily that. At least for me, I don't. At least for me, I don't. And that's because, again, I spent my 20s. I had a crazy time in my 20s. I experienced a lot. I dated. I didn't date. It was like I had a hard time trying to figure out if I wanted to be with somebody or not. And that's basically the moral of the story of not how I became single. But, well, no, yeah, it is. Because I was like, I don't know if I really want that. And I think that what I really didn't want was the emotional part of it. Physical parts is cool. The emotions, though, I'm straight on that. And that's called being toxic, everybody. The sooner you can understand it, the sooner you'll understand it. You feel me? The sooner you can understand it, the sooner you will understand it. A lot of people out here single because they don't want to deal with the emotional parts of being in a relationship, but they cool with the physical parts of it. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, because like I said, once you understand it, you understand it. Because it's like, I don't know, maybe I just feel like that because I understand it and because this is my idea. But anyway, people have this issue with other people being single and I just don't understand it. So it's like you're outcast for that. Or if it's or it turns into what's wrong with you, why you can't find no man. Y'all seen the men out here? Y'all seen them? Because a lot of them ain't single. Like, I'm so tired of meeting single men that's in relationships. It's a couple of women. Like, if only y'all knew. If only y'all knew. And I feel terrible for you. I feel terrible for y'all. Like, I'm embarrassed for y'all. It's Mercury retrograde. Let me just say this because I should have talked about this at the beginning of the episode. It's Mercury retrograde, so a lot of exes and a lot of people from your past might be popping up and everything like that. If a person from your past is popping up and you've seen red flags with them before, them red flags didn't change. They didn't change. Unless that person really decided to do the work, figure out what's going on with them, and heal from it and grow from it. But if you see red flags in a person and you see that they have not grown in any kind of way, and they're those, oh, this is how I am, stuck in my ways kind of people, they didn't change. Leave them where they at. Okay? Let me just say that. Jeez Louise. Anyway, be careful, guys. But this episode is gonna come out today. The last day of Mercury retrograde is October 18th. So that is Sunday, Monday. I want to say that's Sunday. Today's the 15th. It's Monday. So, okay, be careful out here, guys. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Okay. I talked about people having issue with their singleness. Okay, and then when people, so now like I said, I've had a person, like I remember I think the last person who asked me why I was single, he didn't ask me what was wrong with me. He said, "You an incredible woman. What you mean you single?" And I just was like, "I haven't found the one yet." And that's just been my thing. That's the easiest way for me to just put a cherry on top of it. Just, I haven't found the one yet. And that ain't even, that's just the easiest way for me to put it. But I'm single by choice. Last year when I started doing, like focusing in a lot on my spiritual journey and everything like that. Cause not, it wasn't just a spiritual journey. It was definitely me getting to know myself altogether as a person. And it was something that I had to experience so I can remember who the fuck I was. But it was a very joyous, not joyous, that's not the word I want to say. It was a very educational time for me. So I decided that, yeah, you know what? I'm going to be single. I remember telling my friend, I was like, yeah, I'm going to be single and I'm going to be celibate. And they was like, oh, Lord, I don't know how you going to make it. How you going to make it? And I'm like, I'm going to make it. I'll be all right. I'll figure it out. Who did I tell? I was telling this to Mallory. I was like, yeah, nah, I'm good. I was like, you know what? I am, because I was single and I was dating at that time. And I was like, you know what? I'm dating people and I should not be dating right now because I don't know what the fuck I want. So I'm gonna put my pussy on the shelf. Nobody's eating it anyway. We're gonna chill. We're gonna go inside. This is what we're gonna do. I did just that. You know what I mean? Like I was celibate. A it was a very cool learning experience because I got to figure out how to transmute energy, and we'll get into that as well because I definitely want to talk about that. But I also want to talk about the importance of being a single person. And what I mean by that is learning to be who you are, learning to be your whole self, learning to be a whole person before you decide to be with another person, grow with another person, right? And for the people who are in marriages already, who are in relationships already, you can grow with your partner. You can. It's not too late for you to make a change and figure out what else you want to do in your life. We are here for a long time. Let's make it a good time, guys. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot in this world for us to explore. So, there's people in this world who can't cook and they want to learn how to cook. So, guess what? If you're a person and you're on your journey to becoming a whole person and you don't know how to cook and you want to learn how to cook, they have plenty of videos and pages on YouTube that can teach you how to cook, okay? I follow a lot of YouTube chefs and I've made a lot of their dishes and they be good. But what I did was when I started trying to figure out how to become a whole person in my singleness, like using that time to be single and actually enjoy myself and not like enjoy myself when I'm alone, but enjoy myself when I'm at other people's company as well. Um it was like I wrote down a lot of things that I wanted to do, things that I wanted to learn how to do, things that I things that I didn't realize was such a responsibility for an adult. Um I figured out how to make myself as valuable an asset as I possibly can. And that helped me on my journey to becoming a whole person. I was able to do some childhood trauma healing, reparenting myself. I did all of this with the help of my lovely therapist. My first therapist, we had to stop working together because she left the company that I was working with. But I have a new therapist now, and she is awesome. She's like literally my soul sister. Like, she was picked for me, and I just love her. Um, So I didn't do this work alone. No, I didn't. I did a lot of it alone, and then once I decided, okay, let me go to therapy because I need to make sense of this, I realized, oh my God, this is what I've been missing. This is it. And yeah, I still do, excuse me, I still do therapy through BetterHelp. And again, as always, if y'all want to if y'all want to sign up for BetterHelp, let me know, because I'll give you my referral link, because you'll get a week free and I'll get a week free. I'm all about my referrals. Love them, okay? Love them. But anyway, I want to talk about how me, like, doing that, like figuring out what I wanted to learn, doing all kind of things like that, and figuring out what kind of whole person I wanted to be. Through me being celibate, like I said, I learned how to transmute my energy. I have to make sure I say this, okay? When you can be a single person, when you're on your journey to being, because right now, I'm not going to talk to my married people, because married people, y'all different. I'm not about to suggest that y'all be celibate within y'all marriages. Y'all do what y'all want to do. Like I said, y'all hold other people. Like, y'all hold people too. However, y'all also have a partner that y'all have to go through life with. But if y'all agree that being celibate is going to work for y'all, more power to y'all. Do that shit. Do what works for y'all. That's another thing, married people. When you are a whole person and your husband or wife, partner, whatever, is a whole person, y'all experiences are going to be different than anybody else's experience. So it's going to be kind of hard for you to go to just any old body and ask for advice, ask for, like, to vent to. Okay, so just be careful with that. And I do suggest that married people get married friends. I do, because it'll be good for somebody who can kind of understand where you're coming from. Like, I have married friends and I have single friends alike, and everybody comes to me for divorce. For divorce. Jesus, no, don't come to me for divorce. Everybody comes to me for advice. And again, never been married, so I don't understand that. However, I do understand what it means to be a partner, and I do understand what it means to be in love with somebody. So I can only give so much advice. You feel me? And sometimes, depending on who it is and how to coin flip, my advice is biased. So just get y'all some married friends too, okay? Like, it's okay to still have y'all single friends, because y'all gonna need somebody to go do single stuff with when y'all ain't with y'all partner, right? Oh, okay, right. But anyway, I wanted to make sure that I say this. When you're on your journey to wholeness, and you to get to the point where you decide, okay, yeah, I'm going to be celibate now, that time is so important to one's life. That time is so important to one's life. Oh my God, that is the most selfish time. I don't want to say selfish, because that kind of gives it a negative undertone. But you get to focus all of your time and energy on yourself. That's the awesome part. Now, let me tell y'all how I transmuted energy. Okay. Whenever, women who have like a healthy cycle, and I have a healthy cycle now, just so, you get your cycle, and you have those ovulation days. And those ovulation days are the days where you are ready to go at any minute of the day. Is on, or it could be on, okay? But all of that energy, all you got to do is take that energy and not focus on using it sexually, and focus it on something else in your life. Like, you can focus all the energy on yourself. You can go hard on your dreams. You can go hard on your goals. You could go hard on your aspirations. That's the power of being able to be single and celibate and transmute energy. And I'm not saying that you can't be in a marriage or a healthy relationship and chase your dreams, goals, and aspirations. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm not saying you can't, but I'm going to sit right here right now and tell you that's That's hard, man. That's a lot because, again, you have this other person who is your partner who you're going through all of this with. So you have to always keep that person in mind. If you're single and you're celibate, you don't have to keep nobody in mind but yourself. Okay? And that's why I say, like I said, it's selfish. It is. But it is so worth it. Like, I would not give this experience, I wouldn't give that experience up for anything. Like, having, like, being able to go inside not only your own mind, but your own heart, your own body, your own spirit. Like, going into yourself and figuring out what's missing within me and how can I self-fulfill that, and then self-fulfilling it, and putting, like, I don't know what y'all dreams, goals, and aspirations is, but mine are all, like, I have a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I have dreams, goals, and aspirations broke down in parts because it's like, for me, myself as a woman, for me, myself as an entrepreneur, for, like, I have different dreams, goals, and aspirations. Like, I do. Like, I have a list of things that I want to do as a woman and things that I want to do as a human. Okay? So, like, as the one single person, because that's what I mean by always be a single person. Always be a human. Always be yourself. Always be your best self. You know what I'm saying? Like, put your best foot forward, especially if you're in a relationship with somebody. Try your best to be your best self, okay? Not for that person, but for you. Because when you can show up as your best self in any situation, it's going to reflect on your relationships. Okay? So just keep that in mind. I really didn't want this episode to be this long. I don't know. I'm still kind of playing around with my formatting and with my release dates. I really like Friday as a release date, but my schedule will be crazy now. So we're going to figure it out, though. We're going to figure it out. But I do realize that I don't think I want my episodes to all be like an hour long now. I think I'm just going to pick like one or two topics to talk about it, just kind of run with it. But anyway, I really hope that y'all learned something in this podcast, and we're definitely going to talk more about singleness, celibacy, being a whole person. We're definitely going to talk about it again because it really is very important, and I really, really wanted to like make sure that I say that to people. Like, if you are single right now, my advice to you is to focus on yourself, your growth, and how to become a better person for you. Like, and I'll leave y'all with this too. A lot of people right now, I keep saying this is like the thing now to be a high value man or high value woman. Attract that by being it. Okay? And what makes you a high value person is you being a whole person and you having values. Okay? What makes you high value is literally you having values. Okay? What are your values? Start with that. What do you value most? Like, do you even have values? Because they have a lot of people out here who don't even have values. So figure that out first. Figure out what are your values. And then you can get into what are your dreams, goals, and aspirations. It's going to be easier for you to figure out what you want in life after you figure out who you are in life. Okay? Because when you can remember who you are, you can show up as that person every single day. And that person's going to go far. Okay? So yeah, start by figuring out what are your values. Like, what are you like? Do you have integrity? Are you are you loyal? Are you honest? Like, what are your values? What are your morals? Figure that out. Figure that out. Okay, that's gonna be your homework. Figure that out. And on the next episode, I'll try to do like more of a breakdown of how to better enjoy being single. But I will say this from this episode. A good way to enjoy being a single person is by knowing your values, determining your values, knowing your values, standing on your values. Okay? I really, as always, I appreciate y'all so much for listening. Like, I We gonna grow and we is gonna be good people and we gonna make our motherfucking dreams come true. We're gonna get these bags. Okay? I told y'all when I came back, I'm back and I'm better now, y'all. I'm back and I'm better. Like I'm good. I know who I am. I'm a whole person now. You feel me? Like I'm back and I'm better. And we are going to grow as a people, as a community, and we're gonna thrive. We're gonna thrive in our singlehood, we're gonna thrive in our relationships, and we're gonna thrive in our marriage. Okay? Because as the show goes on, of course I'll have to do this at a much later date. I'll have some married people come on and we'll talk about that. And y'all, because I want y'all to also understand that everybody's marriage is different because everybody is different. Okay? We're what? All single, uniquely created individuals. Okay? Just remember that. All right? And we'll get into some other things next week. I keep saying next week, but I really think that I'm going to try to start doing my podcast in like releasing every 2 weeks instead of every 1 week. I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure it out, y'all. I can't lie. It's like when I don't be doing my podcast, I be missing y'all so much. And I have a note full of phones. I have a note full of phones. I have a phone full of notes with a list of things that I want to talk about with y'all. So we going to figure it out. We going to get it together and we going to be all right. All right. So again, thank you all for listening. I really hope that you learned something this week from me. If you don't, follow me on Instagram. I would rather y'all follow my podcast page because I'm about to make my personal page private. But follow at Misguided Goddess Podcast on Instagram. You can follow me at Miss CB_Fab on Twitter. And yeah, mostly follow me on Instagram. That's mostly what I care about. Like, yeah, we can chat on Twitter too. But mostly follow me on Instagram. Follow at gifts_from_a_goddess_. Shop with me. Buy your, shea butters and thing. You know what I'm saying? Get that little skin together, child. But anyway, download the Sonic League Radio app. Please, please, pretty please, with the cherry on top. Thank you guys so much. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Am I forgetting something? Oh, if y'all want to purchase any of my journals, please click the link in my bio. If you would like to purchase anything with Gifts from a Goddess, please click the link in any of my bios. If you want to download the Sonic League Radio app, click the link that's in any of my bios. If you want to book a tarot reading with me, click the links that's in any of my bios. If you want to support me, Goddess Sion, in any kind of way, click the link that's in any of my bios. I have 3 Instagram pages. My bio is the same in all of them. Okay? Thank you so much. I want y'all to have a blessed and abundant week. Okay? Do something special for yourself and do your homework. Your homework is figuring out if you have values. And if you do have them, what are they? All right? Peace.